ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ Namaste, all of you. Welcome back to our continuing study of the great Shrimad Bhagawad Geetha from the pages of our dear Poojya Swamiji's Geetha home study course. No other text can present human psychology and the working of a human mind as best as the Shrimad Bhagawad Geetha. Added to this, if one has a great guru, a teacher who is a master in understanding psychology, like we have in Poojya Swamiji, Poojya Swami Dayananda Saraswathi, it makes the whole message of the Gita come through very lucidly and clearly, in a crystal clear manner. I remember the famous Daya Shatakam over here, written by the great Shri Vedanta Desikar, a great Vaishnava Guru. He composed 100 verses describing the Daya aspect of Lord Venkateshwara. He says Lord Venkateshwara's Daya is so sweet, it is flowing down the Tirumala hills like Ikshu Rasam, Ikshu Saraha. But the flow of this Ikshusara is so strong. The current of the Ikshusara is so strong that if one wishes to dip into that river, that Ikshusara river, one cannot directly dive into it or jump into it, lest one gets pulled away and loses one's life. Well, that is not the intention, isn't it? So, Desika says that there are ghats, Turaigal, ghats, through which, if one gradually enters this Ikshu Sara river, then one can merrily drink of it, dance in it, and enjoy the ananda that the sweetness of Lord Venkateshwara can give us. Our gurus, Vedanta Deshika says, are akin to these ghats, the Turaigal, the entry points into dipping into this Daya Saraha, Ikshu Saraha, Lord Venkateshwara's Daya. And we have with us a guru whose name is Dayananda. We know that the guru is an incarnation of Ishvara himself. So, Poojya Swamiji, through his Daya, has taught us how to understand the Gita in totality, right from the first verse of the first chapter, all through the 47 verses of the first chapter, for which Adi Shankaracharya's commentary is not available. Who do we go to help us understand the words of the Bhagavad Gita in this chapter? It takes the caliber and the brilliance of gurus like Poojya Swamiji to help us through these verses, which he has so beautifully and brilliantly done. In fact, Adi Shankaracharya's commentary is not available even in the first 10 verses of chapter 2. It is Poojya Swamiji and the like, and gurus like Poojya Swamiji, Poojya Swami Paramarthananda, Poojya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda, and all our illustrious gurus. It is because of them that, and thankful to them, that we are able to understand the import, the message of all these verses, for which we do not have Adi Shankaracharya's commentary. Not to mention the brilliance with which Poojya Swamiji will be helping us to understand the rest of the Gita. But Poojya Swamiji has helped us with an insight into the workings of the human mind by analyzing beautifully the words of Bhagavan, the intentions of Bhagavan, and the workings of Arjuna's mind, and therefore the working of the entire mankind's minds. We are indeed blessed to be able to even turn the pages of Poojya Swamiji's Bhagavad Gita home study. We are on the threshold of the great teaching that has to pour out of Bhagavan based on Arjuna's surrender to Bhagavan. The teaching is to be given for the asking, is what our scriptures say. Do not give the teaching otherwise. Because it's not that the teachers do not want to give the teaching, it's because it won't be impactful. There is a certain preparedness required on the part of the disciple to receive the teaching, to assimilate the teaching, and make the teaching one's own. The seed of the Guru's teaching has to be sown in fertile soil. Only then will the seed germinate. Well, having said all this, let us now get into the actual teaching verse of the Bhagavad Gita, the verse number 11 of chapter 2 of Shrimad Bhagawad Geetha, from which 17 whole chapters are going to flower out. They are going to be unraveled. The Ananda, that is our own core personality, is going to pop out, as it were. We are going to claim this Ananda. It is going to be a journey of Ananda. Like we saw in one of the earlier verses, Prahasanniva Bharata. Krishna was not having a serious face. He had a smiling face. First of all, because he is Ananda incarnate. He is Ananda Swarupa. And secondly, he is going to teach the brilliant Bhagavad Gita, which is going to be uncovering our very nature, which is Ananda. Our Ananda Swarupa, he is going to uncover. Therefore, Prahasanniva Bharata. Well, what more can be said? And there are no words. Words can be spoken about and about and about the Bhagavad Gita, and it isn't just enough. Let us pray to Ishvara, Shri Krishna, and our entire Guru Parampara to help us through their grace enter into the Ikshurasa Nadi, that is Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. Recalling Sri Adi Shankaracharya's famous verse from the Viveka Chudamani, which our dear Swami Paramarthananda often recites, and that verse is talking about the glory of the grace of Ishvara. Durlabham Trayam evaitat Devanugraha Hetukam Manushyatvam Mumukshutvam Mahapurusha Samshraya. These three things can be achieved only by the grace of Ishvaraha. One is Manushyatvam, to be born a human being, and that too in our culture. In a culture in which such scriptures are available, then mumukshutvam, having been born in such a culture, to have the desire for moksha, to achieve the parama purushartha, is also because of the grace of God, Ishvaraha. Then the rarest of them all is Mahapurusha Samshrayaha. To come under the tutelage, to come under the shelter of a Shrotriya Brahmanistha Guru is only because of Ishvara's grace and none else. So, with this kripa of Ishvaraha, let us hear from Ishvara himself the pearls of wisdom that he is going to teach Arjuna, and through Arjuna, the entire mankind. We will begin with the Gita teaching verse number 11 in chapter 2 in the upcoming capsule. Hari Om.